Hi guys, and welcome to another video. It's sort of a channel update, and before we get into it, I don't want this to come across as sort of like really negative or anything like that. I don't. It's more just addressing a couple of things which have changed in my life, which is also going to, in some way, it might do, it might not, but it may impact YouTube or my sort of upload schedule and stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of address it because I have had messages off you guys. I get messages off you guys all the time. I interact with you guys all the time, particularly on like Instagram and stuff like that. So follow me on Instagram. But I always get asked, like, how come you haven't done the match review for this? How come you haven't done the match review for that? When's the next FIFA video up? You haven't done one in a couple of days. Or when are you next going to do a match day vlog? When are you next coming up to Sunderland to watch a game? So I'm going to kind of address all that, hopefully, in one video, just really quickly, if I can. You know what I'm like, I ramble a lot, so it'll more than likely be half an hour, but hopefully not. So basically, to start off with, you guys understand and you guys know my job, or a lot of you guys do. We do have a few new subscribers, so I'll address it again. My job, I work for Blackpool Council. I'm a support worker for adults with learning disabilities and challenging behaviours. I specialise particularly with adults with autism, and my work shifts are from 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock the following morning. So that's 24 hours. So of course that in itself is a relatively difficult to work with in terms of finding time to make videos. But in saying that, obviously when I finish at 10 o'clock in the morning, I then have the rest of the day to make a video. But of course I'm exhausted after that shift. So I still do it, and I still try and make the time then, when obviously I have finished at 10 o'clock in the morning, but that makes it difficult in itself. But I could work with that. But recently, over the last couple of weeks, my work have put me on a mandatory college course, so I have to do it. To keep my job, I have to do this college course. And it's a fully intense college course that is going to last a minimum of 12 months, and that's just a minimum. And I thought, I could just carry on with my videos, the same sort of rate, and I think for someone who isn't a full-time YouTuber, I think my upload schedule is pretty good. I'll get at least a career mode video out every couple of days maximum, or maybe 3 days, and I'll throw in Sunderland match reviews here and there. So for someone who does have actually has a proper job, not saying that YouTube isn't a proper job, but you know what I mean. There's YouTubers out there who are full-time and they upload once a month, which to me isn't quite acceptable, because I know if I was a full-time YouTuber, I'd be getting one out every single day, or at least every other day. But that's by the by. So I thought I'd be able to get away with it and not mentioning that I'm doing this college course, and it would be fine. But literally 2 weeks into it, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm struggling a little bit. I am struggling, and I'm man enough to admit it. So I thought, like I say, I thought I'd be able to get away with it, carry on uploading the way I am. So I went to college for the first time. I go to the college once a month. That's how it works. I go to college once a month, but then they set a shit ton of work for me to do throughout the month, and then I need to go back the next month, and all that work has to be done, because it coincides with my work as well, with my actual work. They've sort of linked up, so it's within my work schedule, but then it's basically like homework, isn't it? Basically, essentially like coursework, which I'm not great at anyway. For example, yesterday I think it was, I really should have had a full day to myself, and I'd be able to record maybe even a couple of videos. It's very rare that I get an entire day by myself, an entire day, like without Shanice being here or whatever. When Shanice is here, obviously I need to make some kind of time for her, to live my life, to spend time with her. But yesterday she was at work, so I had an entire day to myself, and I literally spent 10+ hours doing this coursework, and I'm not even halfway through for next month. I'm probably about 20% of the way through, and I've spent a hell of a lot of time. And that's kind of what it's been like. I've been trying to battle coursework and my actual job, and doing YouTube, and managing sort of home life as well, and being able to see friends, family, and spend time with Shanice, my girlfriend, and stuff. So it has been a little bit difficult. So obviously when I'm missing match reviews, last 2 or 3 match reviews, I've seen those as opportunity to get some coursework done and get something done. And for the YouTube videos, of course, say for example the career mode episode, a typical career mode episode, I need 7 hours to be able to do that video all in one. It takes about an hour to record, a couple of hours to render it, a couple of hours to edit it, and then it could take anywhere between 2 or 3 hours for it to render, depending on how big or small it is. And then it takes an hour to upload it onto YouTube. You need to do the thumbnail, blah, blah, blah. So it's around 7 hours, really, that you need, or I need, to make. And that time at the minute, it's just not there, you know? So I will try and do bits and pieces of video, then I'll come back a day later and finish it and stuff like that. And it is becoming very difficult. I'm not saying, obviously, this isn't me saying I'm quitting YouTube or anything. It's not. It might even just stay the way it is. You know, my upload schedule, like I say, it's pretty decent at the minute. It might end up staying the way it is, but it's just then you understand if you don't see a video for like 3 days, 4 days maybe, you kind of know why. I'm a bit of a, I'm quite a busy person at the minute, which is, I'll tell you what the most frustrating thing is because my goal, particularly over the last 6 months, it's shifted, because before I was quite career orientated, where I just wanted, you know, I wanted everything to go well at my job, and YouTube was just a side thing. But over the last sort of 6 months, I absolutely love, and I'm in love with doing this whole YouTube thing, and I want to be able to bring out different kind of videos, more exciting content. And as of right now, it's physically impossible to do that, because obviously people want real life football videos, and I've had a football net which I purchased 6 months ago, and it hasn't been touched purely because I don't have the time and I need other people to do it. And the people who I'd want to be involved, they're only available on, say, weekend or something like that. And I work every single weekend bar one. And if you have one weekend off, you know, throughout the whole month, I'm going to want to try and at least see family or friends or sorry, I'd like to spend time with Shanice or do something, you know, because I can't basically just give YouTube every bit of spare time I have, which is what I have been doing. And it can make things a bit difficult, which I'm sure you can imagine. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating that I have to do this college course, is what I'm trying to say. Basically, YouTube is now my end goal. That's what I want to be able to do. I'd love to be able to do this full time, and I think if I did manage to bring these different kinds of videos, then maybe the channel, it might get a bit of growth, it might do this, it might not, it could just completely flop, the ideas I have. But I'd like to think it'd make the channel a bit better or grow a bit more, but it's just impossible. And if, like I say, my end goal is to be able to do this full time, I'd love to be able to do YouTube full time. That is the sort of dream, as unrealistic as it might be. That is the dream. But now a college course has been thrown in there as well, so extra bit of work, a bit of shit. Do you know what I mean? Which I start to resent it a little bit, which puts me in a bit of a negative frame of mind as well, which of course isn't good either. But I am okay. Don't worry, I'm fine. But also, I've been asked, and I get asked countless times by you guys on Instagram. I get constant messages saying, when are you next coming to Sunderland? When are you next coming to watch Sunderland play? When are you next doing a vlog at home at the stage of my life? And those are my favourite kind of videos, particularly more so that I get to meet you guys, because I know that a massive chunk of the subscribers are based in Sunderland, and it's from Sunderland. So when I go to a home game to get to meet a load of you guys, say hi and, you know, greet you and meet you and what have you, and it's awesome. But the thing is that I don't think people, or some people might not realise or fully understand, is because I live in Blackpool, I'm 3 hours away. It altogether can cost around £250 just for me to watch a match at home. It's not just a £20 ticket or £25 ticket, because you've got petrol in there that can cost about 70 odd quid. And again, this isn't all me complaining, it's just so then you guys can understand. And I genuinely just can't afford, you know, the price of an Xbox or an Xbox bundle every time I want to go and watch Sunderland play. I physically can't. The last time I went was the Southend game when we won 3-0, and the only reason I could afford that was YouTube money, which I never talk about and I don't plan on really talking about, but I'm going to say YouTube money. That money that was spent for that game was everything I've ever accumulated from YouTube, ever. So for the sort of year and a half or whatever I've spent taking YouTube sort of semi-seriously, that was everything I've ever accumulated and put into that match day, which I saved up purely so I can meet you guys and give you a good match day vlog. Or at least semi-match day vlog, you know. I'm not a proper vlogger, but, you know, I tried. That was everything I've ever earned, and that took a year and a half to build up. So that just kind of shows how much you do kind of earn from YouTube, you know. So otherwise I wouldn't have been able to go. And of course we did stay in a hotel and stuff there, which a hotel anywhere near the Stadium of Light on a match day is around 100 quid. And granted, I don't have to stay over, but it just makes things a lot easier, because obviously we've just travelled 3 hours from Blackpool. and it's horrible to have to run to your car the second the final whistle goes to try and beat the traffic. And plus, it makes us feel a lot more relaxed when I do go up with Shanice or my brother or whoever I go up with, and I can wait around a bit, take my time, meet more of you guys, and I'm not just running out the ground when the game finishes. So it's a lot nicer. Like last time at the hotel, I met a bunch of you guys as well in the hotel lobby, and we just stood talking for ages, and it was just awesome to do that. But obviously, like I said, I don't have 250 quid to spare, or 200 quid, or whatever it is, every time I want to go watch Sunderland play, which is a shame, but that's life. Again, I'm not complaining, guys. I just kind of wanted you guys to know. And also, one last thing, which again, I don't want to sound like I'm begging or anything like that. It's quite an awkward topic to touch on. I know a lot of YouTubers do it. I've recently set up a Patreon, which you might have seen pop up recently on videos, you know, when social medias pop up and stuff like that. I have recently set up a Patreon. If anyone, you know, if you are able and you'd like to, it'd be massively appreciated. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do either custom donations as a one-off, or there is a tier where I think it's like 2 or 3 quid a month or something like that. And you know, obviously I don't have a massive amount to offer, but if you do join that tier, then you will be in the video description of every single video going forward. But yeah, so I just thought I'd quickly squeeze that one in. It's quite an awkward one, you know. But again, if you are able, don't just do it if you can't, and don't think I'm going to think any less of anyone if they can't do it. Do you know what I mean? It's just there in case you can and are able to help the channel, and you want to, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I do apologise if it's come across quite negative. Again, it was just addressing some issues and that I'm getting thrown at me in different messages and stuff like that. So then you guys, and we are all on the same wavelength. As I say, upload schedule, it could remain exactly the same, but then obviously if there is a few days where you don't see a video, you get a better understanding. But yeah, anyway, I will love you and leave you, and as usual, I do massively appreciate all your guys' support. It honestly means the world to me. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.